Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be talking about this here. This is a Naked palette, but I have reason to believe it is a fake one. When I bought this, I truly believed this was a real Naked palette, that I was getting like my money's worth for this, because I got it off Wish, which first of all I should have known it wasn't real. Second reason why I thought it was real was because in the comments it went, oh my god, this is real and it's such good quality, recommend anyone to buy this. I think I should have done my research before starting this video, but I think this was about £6 and the normal ones I think are £39.50, or at least that's how much the Naked Heat was, so I'm just like putting two and two together. And before I get on to the actual like thing, I did quickly want to mention it does come with this brush. It looks like this. It has the Urban Decay logo on it, but like it is soft and like I do use it actually, but it just doesn't pack like shadow on your hand very well. Well, not even on your hand, on your eye. Like when you go like that, there's like nothing on there. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the brush is alright, but... So onto the actual palette. It is very light, like it feels like it could almost be a feather on how light it is. I do not own the real one, but I have went in the store, I have swatched it, I have felt how heavy it is, I know it, okay? But this is so light, and you know how the Naked palette has like furry packaging? This one did at the start, but I don't know if you can see, it came off in like baubles and there's big like chunks on top of it. So yeah, it's just a bit disgusting. And if you see me looking down, it's because I've got my notes on a page because I could not remember them all. So yeah, I truly believed these were the real colours here, but I will go through the colours. I will put in overlays of the swatches, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And yeah, I'm going to talk through the colours. So they have the exact same names and everything, but the names are starting to rub off and I've used it maybe twice. So the first colour is Virgin, and it's that first colour there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but in the fake palette, it's like a pale pastel purple colour. Like, it's really not pleasing. It's a pale pastel purple colour and it has quite chunky glitters, and it had no pigmentation when I first swatched it. I had to scrape off the first layer to get anything out of it, so just bear that in mind. And then the real one is a white with pink iridescent reflex. Like when you swatch it and you go like that, like it changes from pink to white. And the real one is very, very, very pretty, and this one just isn't. It's like a pastel puke shade. On to Sin. Sin is a cold toned brown with purple / copper reflex, and that is true in this palette. Like when you go like that, it changes to like purple like glitter, and when this swatches, it swatches really smoothly, but when you do put it on your eyes, it can go on quite chunky and like bits can fall down. And if you're not like careful with your swatch, it also can go on quite chalky. In the actual palette, it is a sort of more pinky colour with glitter in it, and it swatches beautifully, so smoothly, it doesn't go on chunky. So like this one's like, it's alright, but it's not really the same colour. Next is Naked. In here, it is a matte skin tone colour. Like I swear, look, it's exactly the same colour as my skin. When you swatch it, it goes on ridiculously chalky and chunky, and you cannot see it at all. Like it's invisible. Also, just had to have a look there, in the pan, it's like got big lumps in it. Like, don't know if you'll be able to see. it's the same in this one here. There's just big lumps of shadow in it, and it's just like, it's not very well made. Next up is Sidecar. Oh, I didn't tell you what it was in the real version. In the real version, it is a cool toned matte brown. Quite nothing else to say about that, basically. So yes, on to Sidecar. It is a cool / warm tone brown, so it's like somewhere in the middle. It's not cool or it's not like warm. And it has gold reflex in it. Yeah. I had to scrape off the top there to get any sort of pigment out of it. And the swatch, it swatches very chunky, if not careful. It does go on quite pigmented and smooth, but it's also very glittery and not like shimmery, just glitter. And in the real one, Sidecar, it is an amazing, intensely shimmery, goldy silver copper. It's one of those ones you can't explain. I went and shopped in the shop, and honestly, the real one, it's my favourite shade in the palette. It is so smooth, it's so creamy. The colour is amazing. If you ever want one of these, just go in the store and swatch Sidecar. It is gorgeous. What are we talking about again? Yeah, Sidecar. And the reason I was so disappointed with this one is because it's basically matte, and when you do swatch it, it is extremely glittery. Like the one in shop, it's got a really like nice metallic sheen, but in this one, it's just like a brown colour. Like it's not silvery, it's not metallic, it's just sort of a matte brown with tons and tons and tons of shimmer thrown in there. Like it is not appealing at all. Next up is Buck. In here it is a matte brown, very similar to Sidecar. So yes, Buck in here is almost the exact same shade as Sidecar, it's just a bit warmer. And again, it's matte, doesn't have any shimmer. The swatch, I have said when I swatched it, it is quite patchy and quite dusty. So again, not the best quality, but it's a matte, so. And then in the palette, in the actual palette, it's a warm matte brown, but it doesn't swatch patchy or chunky, so that is the difference. Next is Half Baked. In this palette, it is the exact same shade as Naked, it is just slightly warmer. And the swatch is the same as Naked, it swatches really dusty and you cannot see it. So it's basically just exactly the same shade as Naked, as you can see. But in the real thing, Half Baked is a copper gold. That, after Sidecar, Half Baked is probably my favourite shade. Again, it swatches so smoothly, it's sort of got like a metallic sheen. It's just like shimmery and oh my god, it's gorgeous. But in here, like, can you see that? No, exactly. So Smog is the next one. Here we go, found it. Oh. In this one, it is probably the most pigmented shade in the palette. It is a bronzy copper shade, it is very pigmented in the pan, but the eyeshadow gets chunked together in the pan like it did on Naked and Half Baked. The swatch of it is it's very pigmented and smooth, and it could easily be in the real palette. So I will swatch it for you, even though I haven't really looked at that so far. There, see, it's like really, really pretty. It's maybe not as metallic or as like shimmery as in the real palette. It did swatch quite chunky, I just noticed, but it's not going to go on like that on the eyes, hopefully. But in the real one, I've said it is almost the same as the fake, it's just more iridescent. So yeah, that's what I meant, it's more like metallic, it's got more of a sheen to it. Next is Dark Horse. So in this palette, it is an off black with multicoloured glitter in it. So when I say multicoloured, when you look at it, it's got purple, it's got green, it's got red in it, that sort of thing. Have I put eyeshadow on my face? A little bit. It swatches quite pigmented, but also very patchy in some areas. I can't remember how this one swatched. Alright, so it's nowhere near as good as the other one, but it is quite pigmented, but again, it's really patchy up in this bit here. So I agree with what I've written down. And then in the real one, it is a dark brown with gold reflex. So it's really nothing like the one that's in the fake one, because this one is like almost completely black with green, purple and red glitters in it, and the real one, it is brown with gold glitters in it. So quite a difference there. Next is Toasted. It is a very pretty rose gold colour. This is like really nice. Like, it's probably my favourite colour in the palette, but not my favourite shade. Like, it's my favourite shade but not my favourite colours, because it doesn't like swatch good, if you know what I mean. It does have multicoloured glitters in it again, like the green, purple and red. And again, I had to scrape off the top layer. It swatches quite smooth and pigmented, and it reflects really nicely. What I do want to just point out is it's gone all chunky in the pan like the other ones have. Yeah, that's nice, look. It's just, I feel like I have used that one on my eyes before, and it took a lot of building up. Like, I put it on my eye, blended it, had gone, put it on my eye again, blended it, still really wasn't there. Like, it just wasn't the best quality. And in the real one, it is muted rose gold with pink reflex, so it's similar, but again, it's not the same. Hustle, which is the next one along. In this one, it is a cool toned brown with green shimmer. Yes, see that? Cool toned brown with green shimmer. I haven't really said. Swatch is quite patchy and chunky. Oh my god, you cannot see it, look, it's the colour on the end there. Not very pigmented at all. I need to stop swatching them, so there's going to be overlays of me swatching them. And in the real one, it's a grey tone purple. Oh my god, that sounds so pretty. Yeah, this one is not good quality at all. Next is Creep. Is that right? Yeah. It's a true matte black with silver glitter. It looks like one of the shades you'd get in kids' makeup, if I'm completely honest. It says it swatches quite dusty and patchy, but is also quite pigmented. Wow! Yeah, that is quite pigmented. It is quite patchy, like here and up here a bit. It's sort of patched a bit. But it is very pigmented if you like a black with extremely silver shimmer. Next up is a Gunmetal. It is a blue with blue and silver shimmer. Swatches really chunky but quite pigmented. So when it says blue shimmer, I mean like it's a lighter blue shimmer. To be honest, I know this isn't even the real palette, but when I looked at the real palette, I was really confused why they added like a blue in there, and like I just don't think it's the best colour selection. They could have maybe arranged them differently, but that's just my opinion. So yes, it's blue with silver and blue reflex. And in the real one, it is similar. I put it similar to real but lighter. Oh, so I think it means in the fake one it is similar to the real one, but it is a lighter colour in the real one. So yeah, that is them. Do you know what? I'm not too sure about this palette. They've got maybe they've got maybe 4 shades just about right, but the rest of them, they're so far off. Like, to me, I did think this was a real Naked palette, but I'd never seen a Naked palette before. When I went in, I was so shocked to find out this was a fake one, and you can tell the pigmentation is not there. It's not good quality at all. Like, you should just save up and get the real one, because again, I have no idea what's in this. I could have gone blind from this. Like, I'm so lucky I didn't. I'm just throwing that out there right now. But yeah, just save your money, guys. Don't buy fake things off eBay, Wish. They're more than likely not going to be real. If the price is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true, let's be honest. So I will be back in 1 second with the swatches all the way up my arm. I've decided I'm not going to do overlays because I'm just not. So I'll be back in 1 second to show you the swatches and then end the video. Okay guys, so I've had to adjust my lighting to make my face look quite dark So if you ignore my face and focus on the swatches, on the top I have done it with my finger, then on the bottom I've done it with the brush. So this one here is Virgin with my finger, Virgin with my brush. Let me just get my shades. Sin with my finger, Sin with my brush, with the brush. Naked with my finger, Naked with the brush. Sidecar with my finger, Sidecar with the brush. Buck with my finger, Buck with the brush. Half baked with my finger, Half baked with the brush. So as you can see, they're all sort of the same colour, and the brush you get in it is useless. Like, you can barely see any of the shades I did with the brush. They are the first 6 in the palette. I'm now going to do the last 6. I couldn't fit them all on my arm at one go. So yeah, back in. So this is the second set of swatches. This is the second 6 in the palette. As you can see, these ones are already a lot more pigmented. So I'll just go through them. This is Smog with my finger, Smog with the brush. Dark Horse with my finger, Dark Horse with the brush. Toasted with my finger, Toasted with the brush. Hustle with my finger, Hustle with the brush. Creep with my finger, Creep with the brush. And Gunmetal with my finger and Gunmetal with the brush. So what we've concluded is the brush is terrible. But even though these shadows do look a lot more pigmented, and they are a lot more pigmented, as I was swatching them, it probably isn't the same on your eyes to be honest, but as I was swatching them, chunks of the eyeshadow were falling down. So like how I've done Smog, I've done the next one, then the next one, and Bows in the next one. Chunks of Smog were falling off. It was really, ugh. It just wasn't the most pleasant thing to swatch. But even though some of these shades are pigmented, like, save your money, get the real thing. As I said, you have no idea what's inside of this. It could like make you blind. You do not want that to happen. Just spend a little bit of extra money and get the real thing if you really do want it. Okay guys, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. It is longer than I thought, as all my videos are. I'm like, I'm just gonna make sure it's like 7 or 8 minutes. Turns out to be like 20 minutes. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to see more of me and all that jazz. So I'll see you guys the next time. Bye. Bye.